In this video, we will deploy n8n on Railway in under 2 minutes. So you finally decided to go with n8n, you want to play around, right? So what's next? How do you start? There is multiple ways. One is you self-host, you can even run it locally. Another option is you run it on cloud providers like Google Cloud Platform, AWS, so there's many different options. This requires more setup. Local, of course, has its own drawbacks, which basically you cannot really have a webhooks working, and many setups for receiving data triggers will not work because you basically don't have the HTTPS address that you can use unless you of course set it up, but this is another topic. So then we have these providers, nice, but a lot of work needed. So it will be maybe half an hour that you need to invest first time you set it up. And then we go to these options, cloud options, one of which is Railway. Another is, of course, you can use the n8n's provided subscriptions if you want to. But today we'll look at Railway, and it's super easy. So let's switch to the Railway itself. So what is Railway? Railway is basically like cloud abstraction provider. It's not AWS, but it's simplifies a lot of stuff. So it handles for you the front end, the API layer, HTTPS, and yeah, so it's quite simple. And you need to register, of course, railway.com. I will share the link for it as well. And at the end, what you should see is you will have, of course, the dashboard. And yeah, this is where we'll start. You get 30 days or $5 for free. So you can see how the pricing will work. We will get to the price at the end of the video. And yeah, so let's start. And to start, it's quite simple. You go to the new and you click deploy a template. And of course, let's write the n8n. And what we get is basically multiple options, and what you will see is n8n with workers. What it means is basically you will have more instances running that will handle the workflows. This is really good for big businesses or whatever size, but not 1-2 people, let's say. So you don't need really a huge amount of workflows, handling some data, almost real time, or like cron jobs, a lot of cron jobs, so this is more for already scaling phase for businesses. Here we will just go simple since we're learning, right? So what you want in this case is just n8n. So this is the one that we want, n8n with Postgres. Simple n8n deploy, it just works. And to the phrase it is, yeah, you just click and kind of that's it. So let's click. And what you will get is a Postgres instance that will manage all of your n8n information, to which you can also actually add some like storage usage if you really want to. And of course the n8n itself from the latest version. You can configure some options, but we don't really want to touch it in this case. But if you really want to configure it, feel free to try to play around with it. And of course n8n don't really have that many options, but a lot of things. The important thing here is a webhook URL, which will be automatically set up for you. That you don't need to handle, but don't really bother about this config for now. If you want to just play around, just hit deploy. It was actually super quick, 15 seconds, and we have our n8n instance running. So what we will do now is you can click on n8n itself, and you will see the URL that you have for using the n8n. So this is your official n8n URL, let's say. What you can also do, if you really want to, is set up another environment. In production, when you already go live, let's say, it's good to have 2 different instances. One is for staging, where you can break, you have a connection with staging environments in companies, right? So because you have multiple people working on it, so this is kind of direction that you can take. But again, this is maybe off topic of this video, but theoretically you can set up 2 different clusters or n8n instances and then have some logic that will convert your flows from one to another. So let's hit just the URL, just click on it, and what you'll get is your n8n instance. Everything is already prepared. You can give some information or just get started if it's your regular. This thing you should for sure do, so you can get some more features, but it's really not necessary. But if you want, you can of course click. So you can send me a free license key. It will give you it will send you an email. Then you can go to usage and plan and then enter activation key, and then you can just activate it. And yeah, that's actually it. So you can also see that if we will create a new flow, again, this you don't need to do, but you can start already playing around. But if we will add a webhook, you can see that you have already the Railway URL prepared. So you can hit it even from the same, let's say we'll start listening for the test event. You can hit it, and then here you can see the output, and then your, of course, workflow was started. You can see that the URL is HTTPS, so Railway handled for you everything, so you can just start in a matter of minutes. You can start writing your workflows, play around, whatever you want. So that's it. Nice. Let's speak about pricing. So this is one reason why I went with just GCP, with Google Cloud Platform, is that the pricing, if we look, is that memory is $10 per gigabyte per month, and then CPU is $20 per vCPU per month. And then the storage is 15 cents per gigabyte per month, and then egress is so amount of gigabytes that you use with the API, or even using the UI is like 5 cents per gigabyte per month. And if we look at it, the usage it's estimated usage, but if you add a cron job, let's say, it might go up quite well. So it's really important to see if the pricing will be for you, because most likely for this convenience that we just did, you will overpay a bit. So of course, with Google Cloud Platform, you can have a stable pricing that will be exactly how much you'll pay per month, and you will probably get a more powerful instance. But for that, you'll have to invest some time to set up the HTTPS and stuff. So this we'll see in the next video. So that's it. Now you have your n8n instance.